Welcome back to Two C's with a pod.
With a pod.
I have a much better looking co-host today. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You're not too bad looking yourself.
Yeah, it's my illustrious wife, at Mrs. Caracav on the Twitter machine. And who better to come and help me break down this Will Smith movie tournament that we just ran. And
I love Will Smith.
You do love Will Smith. This tournament proves once again that the general public is a bunch of idiots and really doesn't know what they're talking about. So taking
That's
things to
rude.
Twitter,
That's just rude.
yeah, well, taking things to Twitter poll is just dumb. So, all right,
we'll see. I don't know the results from Twitter yet, so we'll see.
They're idiots. So, I guess I'm talking about our listeners, but they're just dead wrong on this one. So, all right. Well, to get us started here, our tournament features a 1/16 matchup. And by the way, I kind of put these in order from really kind of when they were like the oldest to the newest. So
you're froze.
So Will Smith.
You got frozen.
Is our internet not very good? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, okay. I got you now. You're back.
So so we've got a 1/16 matchup here. Bad Boys. Now, with Bad Boys and we'll see with Men in Black, that is the entire series. That's the entire franchise.
Okay, so I can't just pick like my favorite out of the franchise and be like, that one is the winner.
No, Will Smith is he's got several franchises, at least a couple. So let's set it up. First on the left side of the bracket, we've got number 1 Bad Boys, which includes Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. But they get the 1 seed because Bad Boys, the original, was one of his first movies. Aladdin was one of his latest movies, so that's a 16. Then we get I, Robot versus Hitch.
Okay.
Wild Wild West versus Hancock.
Wild Wild West.
7 Pounds versus Enemy of the State. And if we scooch across to the other side, our number 2 seed is Independence Day, and they take on the 15 seed of the Suicide Squad. We shift down, we see the Pursuit of Happiness take on Ali.
Ali,
and as we go a little further down, Legend of Bagger Vance versus I Am Legend. So a lot of legends going on there.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
I messed up on the Twitter poll, but I don't think it mattered. I called it Concussio, and it was actually Concussion, and that takes on Men in Black.
Maybe again, Concussio could be a new movie option for Will Smith. I don't know.
I think
throwing it out there for him.
Concussio is probably a better title than Concussion. All right, so let's get into it. Bad Boys versus Aladdin. You have seen both of these. I have seen all 4 of these. I think that Twitter, you and I are all going to agree that Bad Boys is going to run away with this one.
Okay, but let me say something about Aladdin here. Okay, so I was a huge fan of the first Aladdin. Loved Robin Williams. You know, I was a kid with the first Aladdin, so loved that. Loved everything about it. I was very much not into them remaking it and was like, I don't even want to see this movie. Like, it's going to ruin my childhood. But I watched it and it was amazing and it was really, really good. And it was one of the last movies I remember seeing with my mom, and she loved it. So that's probably why I like it a lot too. But go ahead, continue.
Well, no, please tell us, make a case for Aladdin before we dash your hopes.
So I'm just saying that I didn't expect Will Smith to come out like he did in Aladdin. I really enjoyed the way he sung the songs, like I really enjoyed what he brought to it. He still is no Robin Williams. I still, I really enjoyed Robin Williams as the genie when I was a kid, but it was a really good movie. I did enjoy it.
But Bad Boys moves on based on Bad Boys 2, which
that's
arguably
my favorite movie ever.
Arguably your favorite movie of all time.
Bad Boys 2. Anytime it comes on TV, I'm there.
We're stopping.
I know about it. I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm gonna watch it, especially with like surround sound. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, Twitter was the same way. That was an 81% for Bad Boys and 19% for Aladdin.
Okay.
So we'll have more to talk about on Bad Boys. So we'll save that for they move on to the second round.
All right.
What about, we'll just go ahead and move them on to the second round. Maybe. There we go. We have moved Bad Boys to the second round. Okay, so iRobot and Hitch. I'll be honest, Hitch is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm a fan.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a pretty cute movie, and for a kind of girly movie, if you want to call it that. I mean, I don't know if you want to call it that, but for a romantic comedy type thing, it's pretty good. I think that it's a good one for males and females, where usually, they're geared strictly towards the female. So it was a good, it was good for couples to go see Hitch. I liked it.
And this was actually a really close, a closer matchup than we had before. I think I've seen iRobot. Have you seen it? Have we seen it?
I don't think so. I was trying to remind myself what it was. I obviously know the title, but since I can't even think of what it is, obviously I'm voting for Hitch here, because if it wasn't even good enough for me to remember if I've seen it or not, I'm gonna have to go with Hitch.
Yeah, I think that I get iRobot and I Am Legend both confused. So like it kind of felt like this was where we kind of got real into sci-fi type movies.
Yeah.
And those were not my faves. Twitter. So you're moving Hitch along. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm voting for Hitch.
And Twitter agrees with us. Although it was close. It was 64-36.
I thought you said Twitter was idiots. And
well, they are. They
are. Agree with us. So are we idiots or?
No, we'll get into it. So here's a couple movies that I really like. I remember seeing. Our next matchup is Wild Wild West versus Hancock. I remember seeing Wild Wild West.
Like seeing the actual movie or the trailer?
The movie. It was like a remake of the hit TV series. Yeah, we saw it.
Did I see it?
Yeah.
I do not remember seeing that.
This probably would have been.
I do have like little pieces of it in my head that I remember, but I literally thought that was from like watching the trailer.
We probably watched it once and then.
I did not even remember that we had actually seen it. I just could not get over Will Smith in his cowboy outfit like that. That's not.
Yeah, and this is the height of Will Smith doing both acting and the soundtrack for the movie. So I 100% remember the song, the Wild Wild West song.
Wiki Wiki Wild Wild.
Yeah, which has been ruined by Cartman from South Park. Wiki Wiki Wild Wild, Wiki Wiki Wild Wild. But Hancock, I don't remember much about it. Like, I know some friends of ours. We were talking to them when this poll first came out, and like they were just going on and on about how great Hancock was. And I remember like the trailer to it, to where he was kind of like a drunk, but he had superhero
he was like
powers.
A superhero, yeah.
Yeah, and like is kind of like the anti-Batman, where like Batman would go in and like wreck a bunch of.
Loved him and stuff.
He'd wreck a bunch of stuff, but
saved the day, but he wrecked everything.
Yeah, but everybody still loved him. Hancock was kind of like, I guess he wrecked everything. The city hated him, but
But he was a drunk also.
Yes,
said.
he was a drunk or whatever. So I moved Wild Wild West on. What did you do?
Too. I also moved Wild Wild West on just because I don't think I ever saw Hancock. And Wild Wild West, at least I remembered a little bit about it. You know, even though it was kind of like dreamlike and I wasn't sure if it was a trailer or not. Hancock, I never even bothered to watch. So if it's not good enough for me to watch, I feel like it's not good enough to go on to the next round.
Well, Twitter moved it along. It got 55% of the vote, and Wild Wild West got 45% of the vote. So Hancock.
No.
So again, I don't take a lot of umbrage with what Twitter has done here. Whatever.
I mean, maybe had we watched the movie, maybe we would think differently, you know?
Yeah, maybe we should watch it again, or not again, but watch it. You know, maybe we'll like it.
Actually watch it, yes. I mean, the premise of the story honestly doesn't sound that bad. I just don't remember thinking that it looked good when I saw the previews for it.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Like, I guess it was kind of, I don't know. I think that too, we kind of went into this black hole of movies, probably from about 2006 to present day.
Yeah, because we were seeing like kids movies and you know,
So like before, we were probably saw all of these in the theater. But now somebody gives us a movie gift card, like we're probably not using
taking the kids to see something.
Exactly. So final matchup on this side of our first round is Enemy of the State and 7 pounds. I never saw 7 pounds. Again, I think it's kind of in that Hancock era where we probably just didn't see it because of it wasn't the one movie that we would go to.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one like at all. Like, I remember the name, but the storyline, like I couldn't even tell you what it was.
Now, I loved Enemy of the State.
I really enjoyed Enemy of the State as well, because is that the one where he's like running and they're trying to, now I can't even remember what they were trying to prove, but he was running from the state because they thought he did something. They were trying to pin something on him.
Yeah, so
is that right?
Yeah, it's Gene Hackman's in it.
Yes. That was a good one. And it was very fast paced. I like, fast paced. Yeah, obviously. That's why I put Bad Boys through.
It's very Born Identity.
Yes, and I love Born Identity.
You like those, right?
Yeah, because Matt Damon's my boyfriend.
Right, that's correct. Yes, Matt Damon's your boyfriend. Okay, well, we'll just move right along. We'll move Enemy of the State along.
Did Twitter move Enemy of the State?
Yeah, that was an 80-20. It wasn't really close.
Right.
I think 7 pounds is a nice movie, but I think Will Smith at some point, probably in the mid 2000, like 2005, 2006. In the 90s, he kind of was formulaic on the movies that he would choose. And they were all about box office smashes and hits and, all of that stuff. And so there was a formula and a pattern to it. And then I think at some point he kind of got to the, I want to do movies that make me happy and are the stories that I want to do.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So kind of got away from that and then kind of got back into it. So, all right, let's move across. And the top seed on our right side, the number 2 overall seed, is
like your favorite movie,
Independence Day. And it takes on the Suicide Squad. I'm moving this one ahead. This is I don't think it's my favorite.
I know, but it's definitely one that you quote often, especially around the 4th of July.
I do really like to get into Independence Day quotes around 4th of July.
And speeches, not just like a single quote, but like literally. I'm pretty sure this year on Facebook you like posted the entire speech.
I did.
About independence. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I did. I 100% found it and copied it verbatim and posted it along with our. I've also used the Will Smith dragging the alien with the quote of "I could have been at a barbecue." Also also one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one.
So Twitter had this one 100-0. 100% of the vote went to our friends over there at Independence Day, Suicide Squad. With all due respect to Harley Quinn, and there's a new Suicide Squad coming out. So maybe
I remember hearing about that, but I never really got into the Suicide Squad. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe Suicide Squad 2 will get like a percentage of the vote. Okay. Well, let's move on. We're going to move to the Pursuit of Happiness, and that is going to take on Ali. Did we see Pursuit of Happiness?
I don't think we did. I remember thinking like it had his son in it, right? Didn't he have this kid in it?
It may have been.
I think it was that and Karate Kid that had his son in it. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I remember hearing about it, and I remember kind of like he was a struggling single father, but honestly, that's all I really remember about the Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, he may have been.
I think I heard it was a good movie, but I never saw it.
Well, we should probably watch it. But it was going up against Ali, which is one of my favorites.
And it's one of mine because Muhammad Ali is like my favorite boxer ever. Not just boxer, but like human being. Like he's just awesome. I love him.
Well, get your love out because Ali lost to the Pursuit of Happiness.
No, you cannot say that. That is not true.
Yeah,
no way.
It was 55-45. This is where, yep.
I don't understand that at all. Okay. I know I haven't seen the Pursuit of Happiness, but like he did, like I was kind of skeptical of Ali when it first came out, honestly, and Will Smith playing him. I was like, I don't know. Will Smith is a little scrawny to be like playing Ali. And I'm just not sure.
He put on weight for the show.
He put on weight for it. Like he met Ali. Like I don't know.
Looked fantastic. Sounded like him.
Yeah, he looked great. He did a great job. Ali loved him. Like
unbelievable.
Actual Muhammad Ali loved him, and if he's good enough for Muhammad, like he's good enough for me because I love Muhammad Ali. I can't believe Pursuit of Happiness. That's okay. Well, we know exactly where I'm going to go the next round, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah. So our next, I honestly, I'm a little perturbed at Twitter over this Pursuit of Happiness thing because Ali it was a
great movie. It was so good.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Ali was a Final Four of mine. I had it moving on past Independence Day.
I'm pretty sure it was one of my top two because I loved it that much.
Yeah, I had it moving on. So yeah, spoiler alert, but it doesn't matter because my bracket is busted. When you get a Final Four gone in the first round, it's never good. So the next is The Legend of Bagger Vance and I Am Legend. So this is our Legends matchup.
Ooh, okay.
Full disclosure, I love Legend of Bagger Vance.
It was such a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, you got a young Matt Damon, so there it is again for you, the Matt Damon part.
I know.
Young Charlize Theron. You've got
who doesn't like that?
You've got Will Smith in there. It's about golf. So we've got Bobby Jones and Walter Hagen, and
you got beautiful scenery. It's like back in the old days. It's about like women finding their place too, and not just being like overcome by these male. Like there's all sorts of pieces to this one.
Yeah, and again, a big movie that you and I quote quite often.
Yeah. Sure is some storm a brewing.
Especially when there is a rainstorm coming in. That we like,
or not, or even when there's not one coming in.
Yes, sure is some storm a brewing, and then it's like clear skies, and then cut to a scene where it's just
and you're like, what's going on? And then he's correct.
And so that is going up against I Am Legend, and again we get sci-fi kind of. I think these movies were
like
made
the
about
world is ending or something. He's like all alone. He had a dog or something.
Yeah. He's walking through like a New York City easy for me to say, post-apocalyptic New York City. And, then he's trying to, I don't know, find other humans or whatever.
I kind of think that I never saw. I think this was during the time when after Elle was born. So I don't think we ever saw this, but I kind of think I saw this. Like, I think my students or somebody was recommending this, and I think I did like go back and watch it sometime, but I honestly did not think it was very good.
Well,
sorry, Will.
That's all right, but guess who did think it was good?
Oh, don't say it.
So Twitter moved this ahead. So
oh my God.
I got to be honest with you. I have lost my champion.
Oh, that was your champion.
I had Legend of Bagger Vance as my champion
in
the Will Smith tournament. And they didn't.
It's a great movie. I feel maybe these people on Twitter are like us and they haven't seen all of these. And they're just like, I don't even know what that is. But if they watched it, they would be like, you're right. That totally should be
So
moving on.
So, I guess this is the point where I announce that I've just deleted my Twitter account because this is clearly like the biggest travesty. Like I haven't been I honestly haven't been this upset since Super Bowl 55.
Crap. Now we're gonna not look at any Will Smith stuff, not listen to any of his music, I'm
pretty much just done with this. Like this podcast can be over now. I'm kind of done with it.
But what about watching? I thought we were gonna watch a couple of these movies, and we're not gonna do that now.
Well, we're definitely not watching I Am Legend. I'll tell you that much. And if I do,
I've already seen it, and it wasn't. I'm sorry, Twitter. I didn't like it that much.
I'm gonna be like, stupid I Am Legend movie. Like, this is so inferior to Bagger Vance.
You wouldn't even be able to watch it because the whole time you'd be like, this is stupid. I don't even like this. It's crap. You wouldn't even give it a chance.
Yeah, I'd be asking you to turn on your Melrose Place or The Bachelorette or The Bachelor.
Man, I don't watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. That's old news.
Well, I Am Legend.
Occasionally I'll watch them just, if I'm looking for some drama in my life, but usually.
Well, in a screw job finish, I Am Legend gets a 55-45 victory over the Legend of Bagger Vance, which is the most unfortunate thing I've ever heard.
So would we need just like one or two more votes?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So I messed up on the Twitter poll and I called Concussio. Yet again, another movie that I have not seen. Liked the Men in Blacks. Kind of fun. I used the
another like alien movie, like Independence Day. So we know you're gonna like that.
Yeah, I really liked Men in Black 1. 2 kind of fell off, and 3 is. I
don't think I ever even saw 3.
I think there's a 4 coming out too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. It was kind of quirky, but it was kind of cute just to think about like everyday things being alien related and having that little what they call that little thing that like reversed your memory or like erased your memory. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of talk to people about, like, oh yeah, I wish I had, or we'll just use like one of those Men in Black lights that erases your memory.
I don't know what concussion is. I honestly have never even heard of it. I
think it's a recent movie, and it's kind of based on a guy that's done some concussion research, I believe. Doesn't matter because this is another 100-0.
Oh, okay.
So Men in Black moves.
All right, good.
Moves right along. All right, so our Elite 8 here. Mm-hmm. Well, really, our Elite 7 and 1 garbage is Bad Boys versus Hitch. That's a fun matchup.
Yeah, those are good movies. Yeah.
Hancock versus Enemy of the State.
Okay.
Because somebody had to win between Hancock and Wild Wild West. Independence Day. Actually, this is our Elite 5 and Decent 3. Independence Day against Pursuit of Happiness. Should have been against Ali. Garbage, I Am Legend against Men in Black. Legend of Bagger Vance should have been there, but it's fine.
Well, maybe we should go backwards, because I feel like we already know that we're both going to say Men in Black over I Am Legend. Like, that's just a given, right? We just talked about that, and I'm just not into I Am Legend. You have to go through your order.
Yeah, there's a format here because the graphic.
I'm a rule breaker apparently.
Well, the graphics department put these in order, so you have to follow that. All right. So Bad Boys versus Hitch.
Well, gee, which one do you think I'm gonna pick?
Well, okay. Let me ask you this. I know you're going to go Bad Boys, and that's where Twitter went as well. But hypothetically,
Yep, I'm here for it. Yeah.
Bad Boys 1 versus Hitch.
Um, let's just focus on Bad Boys 2.
Well, what about Bad Boys 3?
Okay, were there only 3 or were there 4?
There's only been 3. 3 was where, remember 3, Reggie,
yeah, I know.
Reggie got married.
That's why I was asking, because I was like, was that the last one, 3, or was there 4? Yeah. So I didn't think that 3 was going to be good, and I was like, I'm going to watch it, of course, just because I like the Bad Boys series. But I had pretty low expectations, like it was not going to work for me. But I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was cute. It wasn't like the best movie ever or anything, but I did enjoy it. Bad Boys 1, when I go back and watch it now, I'm just like, this is not very good. And like, even the scenes and stuff that have like the high impact and like have a lot of action going on that I thought that I liked the first time around. But I guess you could say that about any kind of older movie. When you go back and watch it, not that Bad Boys 1 is like an old movie, but when you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, this is definitely not as good as I remember it being.
Well, it's and it's also very new in their careers as movie stars too. Because both Martin and Will Smith were still like this. He was still Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, so even if I hypothetically gave Hitch to versus Bad Boys 1, I still think Bad Boys 2 and 3 I enjoyed better than Hitch. So if it's 2 of 3, I'm gonna go with Bad Boys.
All right, I'm with you. Twitter's with you. This wasn't even close on Twitter. It was 84% to 16. Bad Boys moves on.
All right.
Were we just chalking Enemy of the State through on Hancock?
Yeah, for sure. For me, like I really enjoyed Enemy of the State. Another fast-paced movie, like had a lot to think about in it. I enjoyed it.
So it was also an 84 to 16. So we had some blowouts on this side.
All right.
Actually, this round was pretty much blowout city. So then you get to Independence Day versus Pursuit of Happiness.
I'm scared of what's going to happen here. Let me tell you that I'm nervous because I really like Independence Day here, but
yeah. So
if Pursuit of Happiness beat Ali, I'm just nervous about what you're going to say.
Well, I did not move. I mean, when I voted in the poll, just out of pure annoyance, because I'd had Ali moving on, right. I voted for Independence Day. Mm-hmm. I don't have the disdain for Pursuit of Happiness that I do for I Am Legend at this point. But I also didn't appreciate the fact that it is a far inferior movie to Ali and people voted it through. So I voted for Independence Day. Where are you at?
Independence Day, for sure.
It's no longer an American holiday. It's the day the world declared our Independence Day.
Oh,
an amazing speech. What an amazing speech. Matt, if Matt were here, he probably would have shit on Independence Day because of the Randy Quaid being in it, and
he doesn't like Randy Quaid.
No, because Randy's a really he's kind of an out there Republican. So gotcha. He is yeah. Well, Independence Day moves on with Twitter as well. Again, yay! Another 84%.
Okay.
For Independence Day. All right. Men in Black, Garbage, I Am Legend.
Is that the official title, Garbage, I Am Legend? Because I don't recall that.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really love the Men in Blacks. Like, they're fine. They're okay. But like, if they're on, I'm probably skipping over to, I don't know, watch. I don't know, that shot put.
Not I Am Legend.
Well, that shot put that we watched on the Olympics was pretty interesting. So I'd probably.
No, their grunting and groaning was horrible and it was super annoying and I couldn't even hardly take it.
Well, I'm just saying I'd probably end up watching that over
either of these, really.
Over Men in Black, but because I have this disdain for I Am Legend, I'm moving Men in Black on. What are you doing here?
I am also moving Men in Black on because like I said, was not really a fan of I Am Legend. I felt like I was kind of forced to watch it by some people, and then I did not. And maybe that's why I didn't like it. I don't know, but I didn't like it.
Well, Twitter loved it. Twitter loves I Am Legend, but not enough to get it through. But this was a 55-45.
Oh, so it was close.
So barely moving the Men in Blacks on. So
okay.
And I think we do have a decent Final Four here. I think
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I guess based off this no.
Well, it's a draw thing.
I still feel like Legend of Bagger Vance should have been up here instead of Men in Black, but.
Yeah, it's a draw thing because I think that if you could take Enemy of the State, if you moved Enemy of the State over with like an Ali or something like that, I think Ali probably moves on. I think this right side of the bracket, in my opinion, had a lot more. Like, I think it was an easy road. The University of Kansas fans always talk about how Duke and North Carolina and Kentucky always get the easy road, and they always have the hardest route for the national championship. I do think that the right side of this bracket was a much harder side of the bracket. And I think that's why we saw things like Ali and Legend of Bagger Vance getting tripped up, and it pretty much ran chalk on the left side with, Bad Boys just steamrolling through. Enemy of the State didn't really have a lot of competition here. Wild West and Hancock was kind of one of those, well, I've got to vote for one, so we'll just put this through.
So I feel like it's going to be pretty obvious which one goes through for Bad Boys versus Enemy of the State.
Yeah, right? I would say that Enemy of the State kind of it ran into a buzzsaw.
Okay.
Like
on Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter. It was a 100-0 buzzsaw here.
Wow.
Yeah. So Bad Boys.
Well, I mean, obviously those two are not. I mean, they're both good movies, but they're not really comparable. Like Bad Boys is just freaking awesome. It's just so good.
Yeah, and then in the Battle of Aliens. Okay, so we had
because we got Men in Black. And
so we had the cops, the cops and robbers over here with Bad Boys and Enemy of the State, and then we've got the alien matchup. So I mean, obviously the aliens are going to win here. I mean, Will Smith is going to win because he always beats the aliens.
Right.
In these 4 movies, he's actually 4-0 against the aliens. So if there's ever an alien invasion, I definitely want to be on Will Smith's team. I want to be on Team Will.
Somebody go find him if we get invaded by aliens.
Yeah. I mean, he's either going to put on a black suit and some cool Ray-Bans, or he'll be like a fighter pilot that is the only one that can outmaneuver an alien. So where are you going on this one?
So I'm going to have to go with Independence Day just because it's a more iconic movie. You've got all those lines from it. When I think of alien movies, it actually comes more to my mind than Men in Black, even though Men in Black had some cool stuff like the, erasing your memory and stuff like that. But I just wasn't like a huge of the whole series. I only liked the first one. So I feel like it's kind of the reverse of the other side of the line there where I said 2 versus 1. Well, this is the same. Like for Independence Day, I've got this one movie that I think is better than 2 of the 3. No, you said there's 4 Men in Black.
Well, 4 is coming out.
Oh, okay. Well, still 2 of the 3 I definitely like better. And even for me personally, I actually like Independence Day just better than all 3 of the Men in Black series. So
yeah, I'm with you. Just so we all are clear, this was my I had Legend of Bagger Vance advancing here, but beating Ali, which was hard for me.
Right.
But
I had Ali beating Legend of Bagger Vance, so we had the same 2 in the previous round. But I actually would have chosen Ali over Legend of Bagger Vance,
which is a fair. If that one went for 55-45, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm okay there. But
yeah, I like both of those movies, Ali and Legend of Bagger Vance. I'm surprised that these 2, Independence Day and Men in Black, are the 2 that are here. I'm surprised by that.
Well, let's see who Twitter moved on. Twitter moved on Independence Day.
Okay, well, all right. I feel a little better about Twitter right now. A little.
Yeah, I'm still not okay. But I think that I think America sides with you. I think America loves bad boys. I mean, let's just be honest.
American
Twitter does not care about your freedom or your independence. They want the bad boys. And this was a smoke show. It wasn't even close. This was an 80-20.
Nice.
With
the
bad
I mean,
boys.
there's just no comparison of Bad Boys versus Independence Day. Like, that's not even, those two should not even be competing with each other. That's the whole problem here. That's the whole issue from the Twitter voters. Those two should not even be competing with each other.
Yeah,
I had Ali and Bad Boys. You had Legend of Bagger Vance and Bad Boys. Those two make sense to me.
Yeah, and I had Legend of Bagger Vance winning here. I mean, I'm just going to be 100% honest.
I mean, I obviously did not, because, like I said, Bad Boys 2, best movie ever.
Well, I appreciate you bailing me out in a pinch here. This was much more entertaining than if I would have done this myself. I also want to say too that before we get out of here, that this entire tournament would have went completely the other way if the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air series was on here.
Oh yeah,
like sure. That would have just been a landslide, and that's why we didn't put that in.
Well, it's not fair to put series against movies. You just can't do that.
But a great friend of the
obviously, everyone loves Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, I feel like they do. I mean, who doesn't? It's just a fun, and everybody can relate to that. The rich, the poor, the in between. Just like, it's just such a good. And who doesn't love the Carlton? Oh my gosh! I mean, it's a good show.
Yeah. Also, show me somebody that doesn't know how to sing the lyrics to the opening credits of that, and I will show you a person that I don't trust. All right. I feel like if I start that the person should be able to just pick it up,
Oh yeah.
And if if you don't know what Yo Holmes smell you later means, then I'm sorry, but I don't really think we can be friends. Like, I don't care about your political affiliation, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, all that I am way good with. But if you don't know where Yo Holmes smell you later comes from, we probably should just part ways. Maybe not even as friends, just part ways as enemies.
Just period.
I'm
done.
Really not okay with that. But I do appreciate you taking time out of your packing for our vacation.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's put a lot of pressure on me now to get everything done.
Well, I did contribute. I packed my clothes at least.
Okay, and
I left you.
Who packed mine and both children and Trooper to go to Grandma's house?
Well, I packed Trooper. Like, I got the dog. You? Well, I mean, I told my parents.
I mean, you might literally pack him, like you might be driving him down there, but who got his stuff?
Well, that would be you.
Okay. And who got Elle's stuff?
Well, that'd be you.
And Annika's?
You.
And mine.
You.
Okay. And don't forget, took what, 20 minutes to pack your stuff?
Yeah, and I apologize. It took me so long because I did have because I forgot about that little night that we've got where we're spending in the hotel before we get to
for the one night, right?
Amabala. And so I did have to kind of redo some things, and I forgot about our date night, so I kind of had to
put go find nice in there for me.
I had to get
keep it classy for me.
I had to get some I guess golf shorts and a polo.
Oh,
versus,
I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a shirt in there that has sleeves.
That's good. That's good.
So I thought that I wanted to class it up. It's got a collar and sleeves.
Oh my! A collar and sleeves.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to do with myself right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have a hood.
That's going to be weird for me. I got to be honest.
Yeah. Well, and then Matt is traveling to Indiana. You know, he's so fish famous these days that
Right.
he actually
I know.
flies to the
He's super
concerts.
famous.
And apparently I need to talk to him because I guess there's some controversy about people stubbing down into the pit that are grass seats, and I don't know. But there's a
No.
big controversy. He's getting into it with people on the Twitter.
Okay.
You know, apparently with these concerts, there's a lot of unwritten rules like baseball.
Right.
And so people are breaking these unwritten rules, and it is not Fish Twitter has not been a friendly place of late. So he's got to go up to Indiana and take care of some business on that. So we wish him the safest of travels.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's flying everywhere now. He's got a helicopter. So like
right.
And you know, I'm trying to, you know, kind of weasel my way in there to be his business manager.
I was really say, why can't we borrow this to go on vacation and stuff? Like, what's the problem here?
Yeah, we've got too many people.
Aren't you the one that like got him started? I feel like you gave him his break with the two C's with the pod here.
What I'm trying to
and now
do,
he's just leaving you behind. Is that what's happening?
Pretty much. But I'm trying to weasel my way in, get this, you know, be Famer's, you know, publicist, business manager. But I'm really trying to get him this eat and greets where, you know, he'll get like, we'll sell tickets with like 10 people to be able to have like lunch or dinner with him.
Okay.
And, you know, they get a real intimate, you know, kind of one-on-one setting with the most famous Fish fan known to man. And, you know, so, but he's still.
And you're going to take like what percentage of that for?
Just a standard 20%. Standard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after top line, you know, and then we'll take out the cost of the meals.
So I think what I'm hearing is maybe someday I'm going to see like you guys on Celebrity IOU, like Matt is going to be like redoing our backyard, giving us like a pool and like an outdoor grill and all of this stuff because he is a celebrity and he owes it all to the little man, which is you, who helped him get started and stuck by him. So that's a Celebrity IOU for Property Brothers that I'm going to look forward to watching.
I would be happy if he were to just get our septic tank to where I don't have to worry about it. All right. If we can get the poop grinder working.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Disgusting. If we could get that going, I would be good. So, all right. Well, thank you for pitching in.
Well, thank you for having me. You know, I have no problem talking about Will Smith or Matt Damon or Ollie or any of my favorite people. Let's see, Elvis Presley is another one I need to throw in there. Those are my favorite men. And you.
Well,
and Matt,
thank you
of course.
Thank you for putting us in that category. I do look forward to detouring our trip so that I can drive you by the birthplace of Elvis Presley.
Yes, I appreciate that. You know how much I love Elvis. So it's going to be really important to me to go by and see his birthplace.
All right. Well, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Memphis, so
we will see you, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah, see you soon.
We will be in you tomorrow.
I feel kind of uncomfortable with that phrasing.
Well, I mean, we will, you know, so, okay. Love you, sweetie. Thank you.
I love you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.